Amplifying the numbers for your better understanding.
When everyone is too excited about the market, that's normally when things start turning.
All the
Good evening, I'm Matuba Mahlachi with your news at 9. Let's take a look at the top stories this hour. A collision between a metro rail train and maintenance equipment in Mamelodi leaves dozens injured, 14 seriously. Minister of Home Settlements, Lindiwe Sisulu, expresses concern over violence in Alexandra. A sad start to Child Protection Week as 3 children hanged in an alleged murder-suicide will be buried tomorrow in Soshanguve. And we start in Pretoria, where dozens of people have been injured after a train collided with a machine used to fix the track in Mamelodi, east of the capital. Initial reports were that 2 trains had collided. Our reporter Patricia Visagie is on the scene and she joins us live. Patricia, what's been happening down there in east of Pretoria?
Well, good evening. We are standing by here at the Twee Fabrieke station in the heart, Eerste Fabrieke station here in the heart of Mamelodi. And at this stage, we can confirm that actually the number of injuries has risen. Now, earlier we said to you about 45 people were injured. At this stage, we can tell you that it's now standing at 57 people that have been injured. 14 of them are admitted at the Steve Biko Academic Hospital in, of course, Pretoria, where they are being attended to and getting the necessary medical attention. So we just obviously have to just re-emphasize that it was not an accident between 2 trains. It indeed was an accident between a passenger train. It's one of the new trains. It's actually called the People's Train, or Iloliwe Yabantu, as you have earlier told us. And behind me is actually the so-called tamping machine. It was on its way to Phalaborwa before it malfunctioned on this particular track, and it is actually that infrastructure machine that was supposed to do maintenance at a track in Phalaborwa that actually collided with the passenger train behind me, the blue train that you can see right here. And Lillian Mufukeng, Metro Rail spokesperson, is here to just bring the finer details to us. Lillian, I know we're abusing this evening, but just again for our viewers who have not watched earlier, bring us up to speed.
It is important that I emphasize that this tamping machine, it is owned by Transnet. It is a TFR tamping machine. It was authorized to be in the section because it was en route to Phalaborwa. So it failed and had mechanical challenges right after passing Greenview, and it started then rolling back. And all the thanks to our very vigilant train driver, who was actually stationary on a train that was here at Eerste Fabriek, that saw the tamping machine rolling back and already immediately alerted commuters that were on board to vacate the train as quick as possible. Unfortunately, it's not all the passengers that listened to that, and hence we have those that are injured. And again, there is a measure that the driver tried to use in terms of reversing the train, just to ensure that it moves backwards so that the impact is minimal. But because of the emergency brakes that the passengers pulled inside the train, it was impossible for us to be able to do so.
And for those who perhaps don't know, is it normal for a tamping machine to be on the tracks at the same time as a a moving passenger train. Now, we do understand, as you said, it malfunctioned and it rolled back, but aren't there ways to actually determine whether there is an object on the tracks or not way ahead before the train actually arises? And we really want to show you the impact there, to show you how actually this train collided into this tamping machine, of course, causing great panic as some of the passengers had no other option but to, resort to pulling the emergency brakes, and that prevented the train driver from reversing, and as a result, this accident happened. But Lillian, just to bring you back again, is it normal for this tamping machine to be on the tracks at the same time as the train?
Yes, it is normal for the tamping machine to be on the tracks at the same time with a normal passenger trains. Remember, it was also
And that's a developing story coming out of Mamelodi that we will certainly keep tabs for you as Patricia Visagie is on that story for us. Let's move on to other news now. Newly appointed Minister of Human Settlements, Water and Sanitation, Lindiwe Sisulu, has expressed concern over the violence that has